This is Talk of the Town, a weekly program featuring community events happening in and around Northeast Michigan, with your host, Nancy Smitham, and get the latest from Alpena Community College with Don McMaster. And now, today's Talk of the Town.
Good morning and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Nancy Smitham. My first two guests today are both from Thunder Bay Theater. I have Emily Sankowski and Corey Keller. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
So Corey, we're here today to talk about Half and Half, and I'm really excited because I don't know much about Half and Half, so start me out.
Well, Half and Half is a contemporary comedy. It takes place, it's a two-act play. The first act is in the 1970s, and the second act takes place now, today, in 2016. And it really shows the family dynamic then and now, and the issues that families were going through at that time and now. There's a lot of similar themes going on that transcend through time and also have changed. It's very interesting.
So we're going to have a lot of 70s costumes then?
Yeah, I have a mustache. It's great.
Well, you didn't live during the 70s, and I did. It was it was a time.
It was a groovy time.
It was a groovy time. Yes, lots of things happening, Vietnam, burning parts of your underwear, the songs and music.
That is actually referenced in the show.
Is it?
Actually, yeah.
Okay, all this stuff, you know, Jane Fonda, and I just think, my brain's just buzzing with all the 70s stuff that happened. So, Emily, who is going to be playing the roles, and what are the roles?
Okay, so in the first act, I play the mother, Susan, and Corey plays the father, Stuart.
Okay.
And then Ashley Cotton, one of the local high schoolers, is playing the daughter, Lucy. And then in Act 2, Hannah Metke is playing the mother, Lucy. Corey plays the father, Jeremy, and I play the daughter, Katie.
Wonderful. Now, so tell me about the characters and a little bit about them.
Okay, so in the first act, Lucy, the daughter, is a little bit of the hippie 70s, wants to be...
Flower child.
Yeah, very flower child. And the mother is fighting. She wants to be... She's gone to all these feminist meetings, and she wants to have her freedom, and so there's that issue with the father, so that's the whole discussion in the first act. And then in the second act, the daughter is more, teen. She's got her phone. She listens to her music. And the father is the stay-at-home dad, and he's a runner, and he's a cook. And then the mother is a lawyer. So the roles change in the act, too. So it's very interesting.
Okay, and tell me about the character you're playing then.
Well, in Act 1, I play the father, Stuart, and he's very much the hardworking, the breadwinner of the household in the 1970s. So very just beat down with the life of working a 9-to-5 every day. And this newfound independence with his wife has been a bit of a struggle for him dealing with that at that time. And then jump forward, and Jeremy is super liberal. He's a really happy guy. He cooks the meals, sends out the breakfast, helps the daughter with homework. He's really happy to be, Mr. Mom. But he actually, it's an interesting role shift because he's a little concerned that maybe he's being ignored because his wife is out working all the time. And he's at home, and he's like, hey, can I get some attention too? So.
Well, this sounds like it's real poignant for today or for in the 70s, because all those things, do happen. Now, does it get any politics at all, or?
Well, I guess a lot of it revolves around the feminist movement in the 70s and today, and how those two things have shaped female roles in the household.
Okay.
There are references to political movements happening, but it doesn't directly affect the story quite in the way that the feminist movement does.
Will there be any music in the background playing, or?
Oh, I'm sure. Not in the background. Well, in Act 2, there's an awful lot of songs that have transitioned from the 60s, the 70s into, and one song from the 80s. But yeah, it's going to be, we're hoping to encapsulate the entire world of the 70s in Act 1 and the entire world of today. Yeah.
Wow, you guys will be busy, but you always do a great job. Okay, when can we come to Thunder Bay Theater to see Half and Half?
Thunder Bay Theater's version of Half and Half will open next Thursday, and it will run for 3 weeks.
Okay.
Until May 8th.
Until May 8th. Okay. Correct. All right, until May 8th, and I understand for opening night, buy one ticket, get half off the second ticket.
Yes, it's buy one, get one half off, and there is the opening night ceremony. It's over at the Fresh Palette.
Okay.
After the show, immediately we go over there and get, I'm sorry?
At the winery.
The winery.
Thunder Bay Winery?
Up at Poly Lodge.
Or you can get food at Fresh Palette.
Yeah, you can get some food and then hop over and get some wine. It's great. Yeah, we'll all be there.
So the cast will all be there. Oh, that's a great idea. And you have a wonderful fundraiser coming up, and we're going to call it a fun fundraiser.
A fun fundraiser.
Yes.
Yes, there's a 5K happening on May 7th. It's their first annual 5K. It's $10 registration.
You can drop by the theater to register.
Or you can register the day of the event.
Or the day of the event. Yep.
And it's planned all around the Alpena bypath, thinking, start out at the theater, to let everybody just know what they're doing and how important these funds are to come in. And first time ever, and I've been seeing a lot of things on Facebook about it, so it sounds like a lot of people are going to be signing up to do it.
Yeah.
Are both of you doing it?
I guess,
yes.
yeah. Well, we will be volunteering in the
Command
running,
performance.
So yes, yeah, exactly.
Okay, wonderful. And your summer season, I understand, is out there?
It is. They're starting it off with Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Oh, that'll be awesome.
Yes. Then they're doing a concert version of Seven Brides for Seven Brothers.
Ooh.
And then closing the season with Spamalot and starring David Usher.
Ooh, yay, this will be fun. Well, no wonder David Usher and Jeffrey Mindock have so much to talk about when they're together.
All the time, yeah.
Okay. All right, one more time, tell me the dates so we can come and see Half and Half at Thunder Bay Theater.
Okay, so it opens this next Thursday.
Okay.
And it runs until May 8th.
Okay, show times are?
Thursday through Saturday at 7:30 and Sunday at 2 o'clock.
And call 354-2267 to get those reservations. And you want to get them in because there's music. It's something that all of us baby boomer generation can remember. So you got to get in there and you got to get your tickets. Thank you both very much for being here.
Thank
you very much.
I'll be right back with some information from Alpena Civic Theater following these messages. Hi, welcome back. My last guest today is my friend David Usher from Alpena Civic Theater. Hi, David.
Hi, Nancy.
You know, talking about your schedule at Thunder Bay Theater, Alpena Civic Theater, and all the volunteer things you do in this community. Holy samole, I'm glad you're retired.
Well, it makes you wonder how I ever did it before.
I know, because you did it. You did it all before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, and today we want to talk about 12 Angry Men.
Right.
And I've been hearing so much about it. I know that our own Joe Rybacek here from WBKB has a starring role.
Absolutely.
And my friend Carol Rundell is directing it. And when I look at all the names on here, Bruce Michaud, Jim Phillips, David Usher, Bill Powell, Dwayne Byer, Randy Bouchard, those are names that are synonymous with theater in Alpena.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's going to be good.
Lucky us.
Yes.
It was quite an ambitious task to set out to find 12 fellows who would all have the time and desire to do this show. But it is so iconic and so popular still to this day. It was written in the 1950s, about the 1950s, and ladies always seem to be available for roles, but the guys,
Yeah, that's true.
don't always pop up, and so this has really been a pleasure.
Now we can come and see it from May 12th through the 18th, 19th. I can't read this. It ran off the page.
It's May 12th through the 15th for
Okay.
the first weekend,
Okay.
and then the 19th through the
22nd.
22nd. We'll close on Sunday, the 22nd, and it's for 2 weeks only.
Okay, and people need to get their tickets because it will be sold out.
Right, yeah.
Guaranteed. All right, tell me about the production.
Well, as I said, it takes place in the 1950s, and the costuming and the setting and all of that is going to be one set. Wow. And that's the jury room. And 12 men are assembled to decide on the fate of a young boy. I believe he's 19 years old. And the premise is that he murdered his father.
Okay.
And it is our task to determine whether or not he is guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. And it's really, really interesting to see the back and forth, the arguments and all of that. And of course, 12 guys,
Yes.
all bickering back and forth in this. And two of the nicest guys I know, Bruce Michaud and Bill Powell, are playing the antagonists in this, real blowhards. And so it's going to have a lot of spark, a lot of excitement, and just some very intense reasoning. I think the people are going to love it.
Oh, I
and of
think
course,
so.
it was the stepping stone for Henry Fonda into his huge career that he
Yes.
had, and that is the role that Joe Rybacek will be having.
Okay, and then I see Grace Morrison's a set designer, so obviously that'll be phenomenal.
You bet. Yeah.
And then costumer is Marianne Crawford.
Right.
So that'll be very good.
Yep. Marianne's been with us at ACT for several seasons now, several years, and she just cranks out wonderful stuff.
She does know. Do you have any new timers, first time people?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see, Kurt Hampton
Okay.
and Rick Matney.
I didn't know those names, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, and John Porter. I think John has been in a show or two in the past, but
Okay.
he's with us in this one also. The rest of the people on the list, Ted Rockwell may
Okay.
be new to some people. He's a member of the Besser Chorus with
Okay.
me, and but the others have all been around Civic Theater for years now.
And you know, David, when we talk, we just finished with Thunder Bay Theater, who is a professional theater in our community, who is, they do an outstanding job. They bring young actors in, they get established in Alpena, they go on to bigger and better things. They start out with set design, lighting, they do everything. And you know, what a wonderful thing to have that theater in our community. Because, like I said, it's our chance to see professional theater in our community. But when you come to Alpena Civic Theater, when you think of the people in our community who have gotten a start in acting, who have gone on, I mean, forever to do things in our community, who volunteer, who do things, who bring us great productions, you know, what a wonderful thing to have an all-volunteer theater that is so professional in our community.
It truly is. I didn't begin until I was like 40 years old. Never thought I ever had a talented bone in my body. I was a Kmart manager.
Yes, you were.
And in 1990, that started me off, and I have to tell you this. I counted them up. This will be my 40th production.
Wow.
This year, and I who'd have thought?
I know.
So it really is a catalyst for a lot of other things. And fortunately, both ACT and TBT have opened their doors to a lot of local people and given them an opportunity to get out there and do their stuff.
There's so many young people who've gone off to college to study theater because they started at ACT or
You're
TBT,
absolutely
and
right.
that'll be their career for the
Yeah.
rest of their life.
Yeah.
You know, set designing. And you know, when I think of theater, people don't always think of the people behind the scenes, but you have Judy Beyer behind the scene. I mean, she volunteers, she's out there, she does things for so many people in our community. You know, Jay Kettler doing light design, same
Right.
thing. Jackie Herbert, who's doing the programming, Fran Hamp and Bronwyn Woolman, who are doing picture board, box office manager, ticket salesperson, photographer. These people are at the theater making sure we have wonderful productions, but they're out in our community doing so many other wonderful things.
Full-time jobs.
Oh yeah, full-time jobs and volunteering.
Yeah. Now, another funny thing is how ambitious Carol Rundell was to be able to tackle this, but she's got two wonderful backups in Jackie Herbert and Julie Myers as her assistant directors. And I'll tell you, it takes 3 women to try to lasso 12 men.
Oh, I bet it does.
Yeah, and they're tough. They're tough.
And so if anyone out there thinking, hey, you know, I've always wanted to be in theater, but I'm not sure that I have the talent like you thought you didn't, you know, they have an easy, painless tryout too, and they always announce the tryouts. If you ever want to come and read or sing, come. But if you want to come and get to know everyone first, call to be a volunteer. We need so many volunteers.
It's so true. It's unless that opportunity is presented to you and you have the guts, I guess, to grab it, you never know what lies ahead. It opened a whole world to me.
Oh, it did. Look at the friends and the lifetime friends that you've made since you've been doing that.
Yeah.
Okay, 12 Angry Men, Alpena Civic Theater, May 12th through 15th, first weekend. May 19th through 22nd, second weekend, and showtimes are?
7:30 p.m. Thursday through Saturday, and 2 p.m. on Sundays. And our box office number is 354-3624.
So call, get your reservations, because tickets will go fast.
Right.
Great to see you, David.
Thank you, Nancy. I'm looking forward to this.
Thank you. Please stay tuned for Dr. Don McMaster following these messages.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Dr. Don McMaster. I'm president of Alpena Community College, and I'm pleased to have as our guest today, Director of Admissions, Mike Colleen.
Good to be here. Always fun to talk about, some busy activities at ACC recently.
Boy, I'll say, and you're doing great work. Yesterday, which would have been Tuesday, we had 160 some odd kids in from Rogers City.
Yeah, that was sort of our first go around this week of some junior high students on campus, grades 6 through 8. They got a grant up there for the STEAM programs, which is science, technology, engineering, art, and math. They recently added that A. And so they wanted to bring all their junior high students down to ACC and sort of just have them explore a little bit about what we have to offer. And boy, it was exciting having those younger, jubilant, vibrant students on campus, and it went very well.
Yeah, it was great. Ann Bellinger is a key person up there, and I think she had a lot to do with chasing that grant, so kudos to her. A number of instructors came down. It was great, and you did great work. I appreciate it, and the faculty.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. You know, we got into like our utility tech program, the marine tech, the concrete technology, the CAD/CAM, CNC programming, and then also our art department. And then the guys from the drone,
Yes.
through Don Stone's TAC grant, did some drone stuff. So you're right, all the faculty in all those areas were there. They were presenting, engaging with the students, sort of showing them something to sort of whet their appetite, sort of make them go, wow, I want to learn more. And I think mission accomplished. It really went well. A lot of fun. You know, the library, sort of where Ann works up there, sort of spearheaded this. People like Don Dimmick and Mike Grucke were involved as
Yes.
well. Don's the husband of Marilyn, who's a fantastic counselor up there in Rogers
Yes,
City.
very much so.
And I think it was a good, because we have a really strong relationship with Rogers City right now, and so just to sort of start that sort of relationship building with these younger kids as they move into like dual enrollment, the high school, coming to ACC after, we're off to a good start.
Yes, that's great. And I've heard you say, as an expert person on this topic on campus, that recruiting students oftentimes is a multi-year job.
It is. It is. I like to call it, you know, we're just planting seeds. You know,
Yeah.
we're planting seeds, and hopefully we fertilize them and nurture them and grow them, and really just sort of keep them informed and educated about what ACC has to offer. And ultimately, a lot of students don't realize some of these fantastic opportunities that are right here, like those tech programs we went to see. And so I think that really was beneficial to not only the students, but the faculty and staff that were here from Rogers City as well, as many of them also teach in the high school level, as they teach maybe 7th grade math and you know, 10th grade algebra and so forth. So it was really good as they have day-to-day contact with these students that they got exposed also.
Yes, great day.
Yeah.
Just a great day. And now Friday,
Yeah.
you've got a group coming in from Thunder Bay.
Same type of thing. This goes along with the Alpena College and Career Access Network. It's sort of been here in the community for the last couple of years. Darren Leitner is currently spearheading it. And we have every 7th grader from Thunder Bay Junior High. They're on campus, and we're sort of doing the same thing, but we're showing a little bit more. We're getting them into the nursing program, business, computers, you know, welding, criminal justice, along with concrete and utility. We're going to get them to like 7 or 8 areas. And once again, just expose them what's out there, sort of start that college-going culture.
Yes.
That conversation that this is my next step. And
Yes.
ACC is a very positive first step for not only those liberal arts transfer programs, but these hands-on technical, I call them employability skills. So yeah, 300 7th graders, gonna be great, no doubt about it. You know, like I say, starting those relationships, small town, there's no doubt I'll see a lot of these students around the town, and hopefully they say hi, and we continue the conversation for the next 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, well, that's a really important role you're playing there, and putting a positive face on college and choreographing. I mean, it's not easy having 300 kids moving around and not all piling in one spot at one time.
Yeah, you know, and it does take some work. We got our student ambassadors helping out, along with some other staff members that sort of act as tour guides, get them from spot to spot, and then, of course, the faculty do a fantastic job, just sort of, like I say, just sort of, you know, introducing them to their program area. Because that's what we want to do. We just want to make sure it's on their radar. They're thinking, that could be me. And ACC could help me get there.
Yes.
And so it's really nice to sort of all that. And, you know, we're going to be around for these next 5, 6, 8, 10, 15 years. So let's keep doing it, because ACC isn't going anywhere, and we want people to know what we have.
Absolutely. And you touched on the faculty and their key role in this. And if you could, you know, I think that's a very commendable thing.
Absolutely.
And could you just touch on some of the things that you see that makes their interaction with the students so important?
Well, they're the people that the students are going to be really dealing with. I always say my role is to try and get them to the college, but once a student gets to the college, you know, I'm hands off now, and it's the faculty who have that day-to-day interaction. And so many of our faculty, especially in these tech programs, they've got real life world working experience that they can bring back. So they've actually done it. You know, they've worked in the concrete industry or out in welding or the utility or nursing. And so they're able to really relate, not only just as in reading out a book, but personal experience. And ultimately, I think some of those are the best examples that students really gravitate to and make them think that this is a real person and they've done this and now they want, you know, they've got passion and pride and they have some ownership.
Yes.
And they're trying to just relay that to the students, and that's where the connection really starts. It's fun to see because light bulbs go on and you see kids' brains moving and the gears turning, and that's the exciting part. You go home and you think, we did something good today.
That's great. Well, we got about 30 seconds left, and is there something you would like to share generally about where we are in the admission cycle and what people ought to do?
Well, you know, we've been talking a lot about these junior high visits, but you know, if you're a high school senior out there and you're looking at ACC for the fall, we want to make sure we have our application in, the financial aid, sign up for orientation. All that information is available on our website. Just go to alpinacc.edu. You can see the application, orientation stuff, or certainly just give us a call. Either myself or Sue Garsbach in the admissions office will answer your questions and get you where you want to go, but don't delay. Maximum class availability right now. We're here to help you get started.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you for what you do for ACC, and thank you for watching Talk of the Town. We'll see you next week.
This has been Talk of the Town with your hosts, Nancy Smitham and Don McMaster. For a list of events taking place in Northeast Michigan, please visit our website at wbkb11.com and click on the community link. This has been a Thunder Bay Broadcasting Corporation production.
The Talk of the Town furniture and set design are provided by Young Appliance Art Van Furniture on US 23 South in Alpena.